Hi guys, welcome back to the exercise garden. I'm Adam McCarthy of Southend School's Athletics, and today we're going to be reacting to Sarah McLaughlin's 400 meter hurdle world record victory in Eugene, Oregon 2022. If you like these videos we do, smash subscribe. Check out the Facebook pages and our website if you want more information about our athletics club. Okay, I'm going to watch the video now. Now I must state I have actually watched this video before, but it amazed me the first time, and I dare say it will do the same.
McLaughlin drives out of the blocks very, very quickly.
So they go attacking the first hurdle. It's always the same with 400 meter hurdlers, whatever tactic you utilise, got to get out fast and hard to the first or second hurdle. It sets the race up.
He takes it 2 meters or so out of ball already to the first hurdle. Dalilah Mohammed, as ever, has started quickly and is a great target for Sydney McLaughlin.
Now where the most interesting part is when everyone's on the back straight to see what happens. So what we got now, Sarah McLaughlin pushing on for the first part of the race. And here they are, she really attacks those hurdles. One thing we got to do hurdling is trying to attack the hurdles, and you are adjusting pace, but you still have a race plan you have to execute. So it's a little bit confusing for people who first start the race. It probably takes about 4 years or so to learn how to run a good 400 meter hurdles, and even then you can adjust and change your tactics accordingly. You're still running at 400 meters, you're still running fast as you can, but at certain points you'll be running more easier, and other points you're trying to push it on. So you're trying to keep the same pace, or a similar pace as you go around. Naturally, most people die unless your name's Wade Van Niekerk, in which case he gets what they call a negative split for a 4 flat, where he runs the last 200 faster than the first two, which is still amazing. On top of that, you are trying to maintain momentum over the hurdles. So what you do, you might stretch your stride slightly, or you might try and speed up into the hurdles, and then speed off, come off the hurdles, ready back into your main running again.
Down the back straight, 14 strides for his first 5 hurdles for McLaughlin.
And as we can see here, Sarah McLaughlin was clocked in at 1.30.5 current speed down the back straight, whereas the nearest American tour in second place was at 29.1 meters per second, and Femke was at 30.1 at that point in time. So she's absolutely trying to hammer down that back straight, and then what she then does by the end of the back straight, she's more relaxed. So she's coming round into that bend, but she's already started to do damage into the rest of them. There we go, nice and relaxed around this bend. The American girl looks like she's trying to push on, but it's actually kind of difficult to understand when and when not someone's trying to push on that speed, simply because of the way someone looks doesn't necessarily equate to their speed. So for instance, Femke looks really slow, but then she's got a really long leg stride, and she runs really quickly. She doesn't necessarily have a super high cadence.
Mohammed is already watching her disappear.
Remember, they are the 3 fastest. McLaughlin
though is yards clear coming into the home straight.
So at this point she's done the damage. She was going to try and increase the speed up, so she has done as she's coming off around the bend. And that's what you do. You open up your leg stride, you open up your arms, and you come off that lean into that hurdle on the straight. Now you can technically straighten up slightly as you come up off that bend into the hurdle. Normally you want to keep generally in the middle of the lane, but if your left leg lead, what you can, or even a right leg lead at that last point, you can technically, where the hurdle sits, you can technically come off and straighten off into that hurdle, taking it more narrower to the inside of your lane in order to cut a bit of distance and save a bit of energy and just run a bit faster really. It's riskier, but you can do that. And this is what she does actually. Comes here, she comes off the hurdle into the middle lane, bang, now she can cut right off, and that's what she's done, straight in over that hurdle.
2 more flights to go, and the Olympic champion is flying down the home stretch.
That's just crazy, that's absolutely crazy.
Over the last barrier, just watch the clock here. She's gonna be the world champion. Sydney McLaughlin smashes the world record.
Well, no woman or man should ever win a race like that. She's the best of all time, and she's defeated the next 2 best at all time, making them look ordinary.
This is utterly staggering. Take a moment to savour this. We're watching a once-in-a-generation athlete.
Incredible! 50.68!
People in the stadium are on their feet. They're stunned. How could she be that far clear from the 2nd and 3rd fastest athletes ever?
At elite level, or that level, you seldom see that in an elite race. To be that far behind, you just don't win races like that, to be honest with you. and that's why that's one of the greatest races of all time. The men's and women's 400-meter hurdles has improved greatly over the years because of partly the development in the spikes and shoes, but that's across everyone. But it's just come across leaps and bounds, and you could potentially equate it. Maybe the spikes and the track surfaces have a greater impact on the longer sprints than the shorter sprints because of the prolonged contact of time, and you effectively get between 2 and 4% possibly more spring back from each stride, so maybe that has a greater impact over these longer distances, but we're not seeing it necessarily in the 400 meters flats itself. What we are seeing is a vast improvement in the 4 hurdles. So what are we doing in the 4 hurdles that's equating to times like this? And it always gets to me, she never looks happy, she looks in shock, she doesn't even look like she knows she's broken a world record, or can't believe she's broken a world record, or understand why, there we go, understand why it's so fast.
She has smashed the world record!
50.68, that's ridiculous, breaking the world record by nearly a second. Her own world record. And her technique, let's look at her technique. Her technique is just so smooth over the hurdles. Comes in, the high doesn't matter, that little bit rough on the left leg, but this is the pictures from the home straight, so not necessarily a bad thing. With the women's hurdles being slightly lower, they can kind of get away with just popping up over it rather than having to lean so much over it, but still likewise she's got fantastic hurdling technique. And of course everyone's favourite food is world records. We live and thrive off it. We like seeing massive great performances like that, and it's kind of inspiring for people to see performances like that, and it's also more enjoyable as well from the spectator's point of view. Sydney McLaughlin was part of one of the greatest races of all time, arguably, and so was Karsten Warholm, which you can see in this video here. Did you know Femke came second in that race? If you'd like to see our review of her European record, click here.